Hey, I'm Solomon with ClickX. For today's marketing hack of the day, I want to teach you about Campaign URL Builder. I think it's really important that when you go to Google Analytics, you want to run some reports on your traffic, you should be able to understand what URLs are helping you get the traffic and the leads and the conversion that you're looking for and which ones are not. See, Google Analytics has the tendency to take all of your aggregate data. Oftentimes they will report it as direct traffic. If you're doing email campaigns with multiple email providers, not just yourself, you're paying other people to send emails to their list, you'll all get clumped up into what's called just email. So you don't really have any way of understanding whether it's your own social media campaign you did, it's a paid one, if it's a third-party email newsletter, or if it's even display ads that you're doing, or Facebook ads. There's no way to track it unless you yourself go and create a custom tracking URL with these parameters, which I'll explain to you in a minute, and then submit that URL to whoever you're paying, and then you'll be able to get the report that you want right inside Google Analytics. So that's what I want to talk about today. So let's get right to it, all right? So there's a couple of things that you have to fill out right inside Google's URL Builder, and this whole entire URL Builder system is also built into ClickX, so you don't have to go to Google Analytics every time you want to get a custom URL out to your third-party vendor or your social media campaigns or anything like that. So for campaign source, I'll tell you, first off, your website would be the first thing that you would punch in, whatever your domain name is, so it's like www.mysite.com. And then after that, you would want to punch in your campaign source. An example of campaign source would be Facebook, or it would be Google, or it would be something like Twitter or something like that, LinkedIn. You really want to track the source. So for campaign medium, it might be like cost per click or PPC, or it might be an email campaign that you're doing. It will be something very similar to that you want to track, right? It could be a banner, it could be email, it's cost per click. And for campaign name, that you might want to put something like, hey, this is my spring sale, or this is my new product launch. This is, this is a referral from such and such site. This is what it's going to be called. So you have a referral partner who's going to send your traffic. You put the name of you would put the name of that campaign right there. Sounds good? And then finally, if you're actually testing different terms, so if you're testing this word versus that word, all right, you want to know whether people like this word or that word, you would put the actual term, so you would have to create a different URL for the other term, of course. And then the campaign content would be the different kinds of ads that you have. Again, the more you get into it, the more information you get. But what I need to see marketers do more is just get the top. At least the 3 or 4 of them will give you plenty of information inside Google Analytics rather than having to go down to the term and the content level. But of course, if you can get this whole thing together down to a science, you're gonna have a much better way of understanding what's bringing you money and how you're gonna invest more of that money into something that's gonna get you the result that you're looking for, rather than spreading your budget across so many different campaigns, whether it's doing sort of like display ads or third-party display or email marketing, promoted email campaign, paper lead programs. You got all this stuff, but you really don't understand what's working for you. What is generating the conversions? And I would work on this immediately because, like I said, I'm always getting emails about, hey, can you look at this? Hey, can you check this out? And I'm looking into Google Analytics. I can't tell anything. I'm like, look, this Google Analytics does not give me any idea as to what's working for you in your campaigns. And that's what I would focus on in your upcoming campaigns. Obviously, it's too late because Google Analytics only has historical data. You can't go back into anything that has happened in the past in terms of your display campaigns, your email, your Facebook. But going forward, make it a habit to go through every single time. Now I understand if you have 100 things that's going on, it's going to take you 100 URLs, but you have to make sure that you're going to do it for the big ones, the ones that's going to cost you tens and thousands of dollars. Make sure that that's being tracked extremely carefully, as methodical as you can, not one version with capital letters and another version with lowercase. That's going to report as 2, not 1. So you really want to make sure that these URLs are kept in a sheet of some sort and shared with the entire team. You can really aggregate this data when you get the data in Google Analytics. All right, so and one of the ways that you can actually see page level information is to go to Google Analytics, and on the left-hand side, you're going to click on Content, Inside Content, All Pages. Once you do that, you'll be able to see a list of pages and find the landing page of your campaign. Once you have your landing page selected, you can select the secondary dimension pull-down menu, and then you can see source and medium. what that allows you to do is you can really track how these top landing pages are getting visits based on the URL, the builders that you've built. So again, whether it's tracking your email signature, whether it's tracking your social media campaigns, which I highly recommend you do, especially if you're doing a promoted tweet or a promoted post on LinkedIn or in boosting a post on Facebook, you really want to know that you're getting your money's worth and not just seeing the numbers that Facebook reports you or Twitter reports you, but right inside your Google Analytics. And also take a look at these top landing pages and figure out how those top landing pages are getting traffic from which one of these campaign sources and media. Again, very important information. Like I said, today's marketer must be extremely analytical, and it's not an option anymore. It's really like it has to be deeply rooted into the person to be able to execute so many things at the same time and look at the results that it's generating. I hope you got some insight into how you can build specific URLs for your campaigns. So that's the hack of the day. As always, if you have any questions, leave it in the comment box. Thank you for watching another edition of Marketing Hack of the Day.